I believe that this week has marked the start of what is going to be a ferocious Ethereum season. We're going to talk about a few things now that Bitcoin has broken its all-time high again, and also that we can see the Bitcoin dominance, as predicted, is now cooling off. This chart shows the Bitcoin dominance has broken down in structure, not only in terms of the chart, in terms of the Bitcoin dominance, currently at about 63.5%. You can see the MACD for the Bitcoin dominance is breaking to the downside, as is the relative strength index. These are key signs that Ethereum season is beginning. We need to look at the Ethereum price. I'm going to chart it for you. I'm going to update you on my trade. Anyway, without further delay, let me show you exactly what's going on right now. Quick smash of the like button. As always, your support is amazing. So, money flow, Bitcoin. We've had a 2-year season of Bitcoin, ferocious. Bitcoin dominance was up in terms of percentages. It got all the way up as high as about 65%, and now we're seeing a break to the downside. And what that means is the next stage in the path to altcoin season, the biggest, most exciting part of that is Ethereum season. And before we go into the Ethereum price, and I've got some very bullish new charts to show you that I want everyone to pay very close attention to, it's important that you know that the Ethereum against Bitcoin chart has bounced off a major support level. Let me show you what that means and how to read this chart clearly. Well, you can see that we have this support line, this orange line, and the only other time where it was this low was in January 2020, so kind of COVID times, lockdown times. Look what the Ethereum price has done since. It rallied around the merge into the Ethereum ETF approval, and it's just been losing a lot of gains against Bitcoin. But at this part of the cycle, year 3, it always seems to catch up, and we're now seeing a big bounce in Ethereum, not just in the US dollar price, but against Bitcoin, meaning the Ethereum price will go up quicker than Bitcoin. And in the Ethereum price chart, this is where things get really, really interesting. So pay very close attention to this, because at the moment we have a breakout. This is an 8-hour chart. So if you're trading, let's say the daily chart or even the 4-hour chart, this chart's going to be relevant. But where we haven't quite broken out yet is if you look at this as a sidewards range, where I very much still have resistance at about $2,750. If you're thinking about taking a leveraged long position on Ethereum right now, you may want to see the clearance of 2,750. Now, with my Ethereum trade, I've obviously had this position open a while. I did open it at $1,750, but I've added to it in the last 48 hours, which means my entry price has gone up to about $1,934. And I've increased my leverage from 3.5x to 5x leverage. So currently that trade puts me in a profit of about $14,000. Of course, I'm not looking to take any profits off the table until much later on. We'll talk about that in a moment, my price targets. But yeah, by the way, if you do want to open a trade, I recommend using coin margin. I'm doing that on Femex. No KYC, by the way, and the link is below. You can sign up in seconds. The reason I use coin margin is the profits are going up in the increasing asset. So as Ethereum goes up, your trade goes up, your profits are in Ethereum. That's the best way to do it, coin margin. Once again, link down below to claim that bonus. It's a no KYC whitelist. So if you're in the States, Canada, you can use that link, sign up, deposit, and trade. What I want to show you next is probably the most exciting thing right now for the Ethereum, which shows us where the moving averages are. You can see on the 4-hour chart, they're peaking upwards. 8-hour chart, upwards. We're all above the moving averages now. 12-hour. Look how we're sitting on that 20-day moving average on the 12-hour chart, how we've respected that support level. That is just very, very bullish. But where things get a bit sticky and a bit tricky is the daily chart, where you have the 200-day MA. This is the level to beat and break right now. It's the same level I was talking about when we were looking at this resistance level on the range. That's why we're seeing resistance at 2,750. Well, here it is, guys. That is the major level of resistance, $2,700. The moment Ethereum can break that level, you're going to start moving up in a big way. I'm going to show you some price targets for when we break that level. But first of all, let's quickly look at the other indicators just to give further confluence and confidence to everyone, of course, because at the moment on the weekly, the MACD is flipping bullish once again, just like it did in November, where we got a huge spike. If you go into the 3-day chart, we're bullish on the MACD. If you go into the daily chart, well, we might see a slight cool off on the lower time frame, but really if you go lower time frames again, we are heading bullish again, especially if you go into the 4-hour chart. The momentum is strong. So very bullish. Now I'm going to give you my price targets and to show you another tasty chart to complement the trades that I have open on FEMX. So one analysis I want to show you is one I posted in the Telegram Signals group, guys. If you're in the Telegram Signals group, let me know in the comments. And if you're not, join. It's free. Link in the description below. This is the chart I posted. This is where Ethereum is heading right now once we do break this major level, the 200-day MA. You can't see it in terms of the price there. It might be a bit small, but I'll tell you, it takes you up to about $4,000. And what that looks like in terms of a chart is the following. So you got TP1 out of this bull flag we're currently in on the 4-hour. Okay, that takes you up to about $3,000, $3,100. But then this tweet I made earlier is what I expect to happen maybe even as soon as before June. It really could happen that quickly. We've tested the support level of 2,400. I said we might come down to 21, 22. It hasn't happened. I do believe 3,000 is the net target, 3,600, and then we can start focusing on $4,000 Ethereum. Things really are looking very bullish once again. Hence why I've got these leverage long trades open, not looking to take any profits off the table. And the reason I like FEMX, guys, is not only can you get a great bonus and some free crypto with the link below, and you can trade from anywhere in the world because it's no KYC with my link. It really is the most efficient exchange. Great UI, great UX, fantastic security, great liquidity. Not only do you have all the altcoins and meme coins, you can actually buy any on-chain meme coin. Literally, if it's not available on an exchange, it is available on FEMX because they have a great feature called Memex, instantly trade on-chain memes. Any meme coin you like, the ones your friends sent you at 1 a.m, communities, Telegram, WhatsApp, buy this coin, the ones that go up 100x potentially, you can buy these on FEMX. So link down below, claim your bonus, and no KYC whitelist link down below. Thanks for joining me, guys. See you on the next one. Bye.